Championships, and a competition featuring 10 lifters and one or two people that we haven't seen for a while, including most notably Denis Gottfried of the Ukraine, the Olympic bronze medalist in Atlanta, who hasn't been seen for a while now. He was the Olympic bronze medalist at 99 kilos, now moving up to 105. Well, this is the chance to meet the lifters, and here is Gottfried, 23 years of age.
Slovakia.
Martin Tesovic, the world champion, who's moving up.
Russian.
Russian.
Czechor Les, Poland.
First of two poles.
Peter Tamtom, Hungary.
Peter Tantom of Hungary, one of the outsiders.
China.
And Kui Wenhua,
Vladimir Lyanov,
the Chinese representative, the top man for Asia.
Abdulaziz Alpak, Turkey.
And Turkey's man,
Sergei Zuritsov, Russian.
Sergei Zurtsov for Russia.
Igor Razuronov, Ukraine.
And representing the Ukraine, Razuronov.
Poland.
Well, the hall once again nicely full for this competition. Who's your money on, David?
Well, it's hard to say. You've got Zurtsov in there, the Russian, who was the Olympic silver medalist in '92 in Barcelona, but we haven't seen much for him in recent years. But looking at the start list, Gottfried down to open 190 kilos. Wenhua, the Chinese lifter, also down to open on 190. And Igor Razuronov of the Ukraine, also down to start at 190. So
these are high
start list. They're the three men, but nobody really standing out.
Well, those 190s do make a point, because the world standard yet to be better to establish a world record is 197.5. And so that's quite important that those men, the three of them starting at 190, are going to be within striking range of that. I think Sergei Zurtsov, it really depends on what condition he is in, because as you said, he got a silver medal in the Olympics. That was at 90 kilos back in Barcelona in 1992, but then of course he got another silver in 1996 at 108 kilos to Tamizov of the Ukraine. And he's always lost out to good men, because when he lost in '92, he lost the gold to Kakashvili on body weight. So he's always been pretty close, but he's just never really claimed the biggest of all prizes, the Olympic gold, although he has been world champion. He was world champion at 99 kilos in Istanbul in 1994, and he was silver medalist in '95. But as you correctly said, in recent times we haven't seen him, so we don't really know whether he's back to those sort of performance levels.
And
there he is. Indeed, in picture. It'd be terrific, because he's a great competitor, and it shows the range of weights that he's competed on. There he was in Barcelona, 90 degrees, then 90 kilos, then went up to 108 for 96. Now he's come down to the new 105.
Well, of course, some of his best lifts were done in the 90 kilo class. He actually snatched 192.5 as a 90 kilo lifter. So here, weighing in at 104.61, you'd expect him to be doing more than that. But if the weights that he's posted in the warm-up room are anything to go by, or should I say at the weigh-in are anything to go by?
Well, I don't think it's correct reading the Saturday papers in the hall, but they're waiting for the first lifter, who's about to arrive. In fact, he's on stage now. Peter Tamtom, you'll see him in a moment, representing Hungary. Here he is. And Tantom it is, with 165 kilos for his first lift. So here we go. This man who failed to record a good snatch in the European Championships. He tried 165 3 times, the very weight he's opening on now. Didn't get either of them. Any of them, I should say. fact, he hasn't managed this weight in competition all year. 5 seconds.
Well, running out of platform.
Running out of time, running out of platform, and this is now a bit of a mental block, I think.
Somebody still gave him a white light, though.
Well, that's beyond belief, I think.
Hey, buddy, get back.
The second world champion in this competition today, but he, the champion a year ago at 108 kilo. Decisive, the other one, of course, the champion at 99. So a meeting of champions tonight. And Shi Wenhua, earlier this year in the World University Games in Israel at Ramat Gan, Snatch 190, and that's what he's opening on now. He was 5th in the Olympic Games at the 108 kilo category. Good lift. Well, one or two of the men's Chinese team have underperformed, but not this man. That 190, 5 kilos below his performance last year in winning the World Snatch title.
An interesting take to watch very, very closely on his next lift. You'll notice that he starts with his grip fairly close, and then as the weight goes above his head, his hands go out to the end of the bar, and he finishes with actually a wider grip. Never seen that before.
Razarenov, first lift at 190. Igor Razarenov. He has lifted that this year in competition in the Hungarian World Cup. And he's done it today. Incidentally, that's also the snatch weight that he lifted in 1995 when he took the 108 kilo world title. Didn't actually win the snatch on that occasion, he was the silver medalist, but nonetheless it gives us an idea of where they are. Very good snatching in this competition.
Yes, I think the standard of this class is quite brilliant. We've still got lots of lifts left, and we're within 7.5 kilos of that world standard.
Yeah. Well, here's my dark horse for honours tonight, Shishlianikov. 190 now for him from a 185 start. Well, that was pretty good as well. I was impressed by that. And he could go further as well. Just to remind you, the world standard 197.5, which is a tough world standard. But Shi Wenhua, for example, has posted 195 for his second lift. Were he to get that, we'll have a shot at the world record. Zertsev now, going for 190. Wily old campaigner. He won't be flustered into doing anything more than he knows he can.
Well, took a long time there getting his grip, but fails with his second attempt, 190. I think that he'll probably take that again for his third.
Shi Wenhua. I think he'd like to restore a bit of pride to the Chinese men's team.
So this man, a very clever technique actually on the snatch, because what he's doing is he's starting the lift off with the close grip, which in theory is stronger. It's stronger in the pull. Then as the bar travels overhead, he's taking the arms out,
which means it
hasn't got to travel so far. So he's got the strong pull, and then he's combining that with taking the arms out. So it does. So I've never seen it before, and I suppose that the theory behind it is one thing, but to actually be able to put that theory into practice is really something else.
Well, it takes many hours of execution to get that perfect. So Surtsev back on the stage now for his third and final attempt.
It's really taken a long time to get that grip sorted out, but of course, weights like this,
he's got plenty of time. He's got 30 seconds, but
one wonders if this taking a long time about getting a grip is almost a way of sort of preventing yourself from picking the weight up. Maybe it's a nervous thing.
Well, I do remember this from Surtsev. This has always been his characteristic, the way that he actually addresses the bar and psychologically prepares himself to lift the bar. So it's not anything new. He's always taken that approach. I mean, you can criticise it as not being the correct approach, but it's been the one that he's lived with for, well, certainly the last 4 to 5 years that I can remember. Dennis Gottfried, 192.5.
Yes, and this of course will put him in the lead if successful.
Was there any doubt? And Dennis Gottfried with 192.5. He might be the heavy man of the group, but he's also at the moment the strongest man of the group.
Very nice technique. And of course, coming down from his original 190 to 187.5. That's just to get one in, then using his second attempt to take the lead. And of course, the bar now going to within 2.5 kilos of that world standard, 195 kilograms.
And this is the weight that he lifted last year en route to taking the world title at 108 kilos, the old category. He's been very consistent. He was second in the World Championships in '95, fifth in the Olympics at 108, and now the champion last year. So he's maintained his form and his performance very well.
So now let's watch this technique of his. Let's look at this sort of close grip and then watch how the hands come out.
Yes.
Well, I don't know what he's saying, but there's the lead.
Indeed it is. And he's growing in confidence. And now he really could have a strike at the world record. And I think he's likely to do exactly that. Because Gottfried has got one more chance to go at 195.
Is this man weighing in very, very light at 102?
Well, you've got Shishlianikov now to come after Razarenov. And what you were saying is perfectly right. Shui Wenhua, the light man, not the lightest, but the second lightest in the field.
That 95 snatch means that for anybody to beat him, they've got to at least equal the world standard. So putting real pressure on the other competitors.
Razarenov, that was his second attempt, so he's got one more go. But I think it'll be Shishyanikov who'll have a go before. But what they've got to decide now is what they're doing really in this competition. They can wait it out and see what Shui Wenhua is going to go for, but that's a dangerous game.
Well, Shui Wenhua is in a really good position because he knows he's the lightest man. He knows everybody else has got to do at least 197.5.
Shishyanikov now coming on for 195. Third attempt. Ah, that's a pity. And he drops back to 1. So the situation at the moment is that Gottfried has got 192.5 and has posted an attempt for the world record. Shui Wenhua at the moment has posted 197.5, but in competition terms that's exactly the same because the extra half kilo doesn't count and he's the lightest, so he'd win it. And before all of that, Razarenov has got to try and take 195. This effectively for the bronze medal, were he to lift it. If he doesn't lift it, he's going to slip back to 190. And he's still good for the bronze medal, actually, because he's weighed in at 104.67, David, compared to Shishyanikov, who weighed in at 104.90. And 190 is what Shishyaниkov's got, so he's got the bronze medal. So he could have tried something dramatic if he'd wanted to.
But this, of course, would put him in silver medal position at the moment.
Yeah. Well, bronze is all he's going to get.
Well, looking at the board, 198 kilos has been asked for.
Dennis Gottfried is going to have a crack at setting the world record, and then that leaves it to Shui Wenhua. And it just depends what Shui wants to do. He could do 197.5. If he's after the medal, that's exactly what he's going to do.
197.5. Having said that, he's got the luxury of being able to watch and see what this man does first. Now, if Gottfried is successful, the Chinaman can actually take the weight back down to 7.5 and still take the gold medal because the 198 is only...
His question is whether does he feel good enough to go for 200 and not only win the snatch but give himself a 2.5 kilo advantage going into the second half of the competition. That's the question, and only he can answer that. At the moment...
No, but the point is... No, what I mean is this man, okay, he's the heavier lifter. He snatched 192, the Chinaman's done 195. If he does this, he goes into the lead and he breaks the world record. But because the Chinese lifter is lighter, he has to make the choice of whether to go 100. He can actually take the weight down to 197.5 and still win the gold medal.
No, I understand that. What I'm saying is exactly right. No dispute over that at all. The real question for Shui Wenhua is whether he wants to go for 200 because he feels good enough not only to win, but also to take that advantage into the clean and jerk, which he might need. Anyway, Gottfried, world record attempt. Well, so that drops him back to 192.5, which means that he's in the silver medal position, and Shui Wenhua has won the gold medal.
Yes, it means now that Shui Wenhua has the luxury, if he wants, of taking an attempt at the world record, knowing that he's already got the gold in his pocket.
Well, he's going to do that. They took the discs off, and he's going to go for 198 to give himself the world record. And of course, the big thing about this is he's got 195, so he's got a 2.5 kilo advantage over Gottfried anyway, and he's got a 5 kilo advantage over the men who are in third and fourth place. So he's in really, really good shape here. So this is for a nice piece of icing on the cake. And incidentally, he is the world champion in the snatch. In 1995, he took the title in Guangzhou in front of his home crowd. He ripped last year in Thailand. So this is for 3 in a row world snatch titles.
Well, he's got them. He's got the world snatch title 3 in a row. This is just for a world record.
Indeed. I was trying to add a bit of drama.
Oh, sorry.
"15 seconds.
And one wonders if Godfrey had succeeded with a 198, and if he'd have taken the 197.5, what a difference that half a kilo would have made.
Absolutely. So the world standard stands, not bettered, not achieved. And so at the end, Snatch with fortune swaying one way and then the next. Shui Wen-hua has his 3 gold medals in a row in the Snatch, and he leads the competition at the halfway stage, and he's rightfully pretty happy about this.
Yeah, I think the gold medal was what he wanted, and the world record would have just been a nice bonus. But he's very light in this class. I mean, he's still got, body weight to put on. So I suppose in theory, by the time the Olympic Games comes around, he could be snatching 200 or 200 plus.
Well, it's interesting, last year when he took the 108 kilos, he weighed in at 105.70. In the Olympic Games, when he was at 108, he weighed 102.52. So he's always been a bit on the live side. Maybe he's just that bit more comfortable at that weight.
So really, the 105 kilo class is the perfect weight class for him.
It is really. He clearly feels much more comfortable. He doesn't really want to have those extra kilo or two there. So results here they are. Shui Wen-hua of China, 190, carries forward 2.5 kilos to the clean and jerk. Godfrey, we haven't seen him since he took that bronze medal in Atlanta, but he's got the silver here. And Razovanev, by virtue of his lighter body weight, keeping Shishlianikov of Russia out of the medals. He takes the bronze, the man from the Ukraine. So silver and bronze to Ukraine.
Defying moments.
The same problem that he's going to have to make a big decision after this if he gets it.
Wow, it looks good.
Ukrainians have come ready for this. 417.5 kilos, his running total, with a lift to come. So an extra 5 kilos is a lot of weight on top of this. Good as he looks, the next question is severe. Now Zertsev, well, this would only take him to 412.5. Respectable, but not worth a lot in terms of metal work around his neck.
Could be a medal in the clean and jerk. I'm sure that's the motivation behind it.
It isn't now. So one of the great men of weightlifting on a comeback trail here, but finding it tough. Too tough today. And he ended campaign on 405 kilos. So still Shui Wen-hua, the leader in the clubhouse. He's sitting down in the warm-up area watching this on television backstage. Decisive now. Decisive can't catch him. 227.5. So this for 407.5, which would take him ahead of Zertsev in terms of the overall ranking.
But again, he's obviously thinking about a medal on the clean and jerk.
Absolutely.
So the bar now over 500 pounds.
Well done. Well, that to Shui Wenhua in the past. You know, he hasn't won the clean and jerk gold, but he's managed to amass enough kilos just to hold off the rest. And that's really what we're waiting to see, whether 420 is good enough.
This next lift will tell the story.
This will be Gottfried coming in at 230.
Yes, of course, 230 is what he needs to go ahead of Shui Wenhua. Just having a look there.
Yes, this will put him at
227.
Gottfried for a total of 422.5, and the overall lead, as well as obviously the clean and jerk lead. This could arguably be the winning lift, although I have to tell you that Razarenev has posted 232.5. So the other Ukrainian, who is actually lighter than Gottfried, and remember was on the same, was only 2.5 kilos below Gottfried in the clean and in the snatch phase, is really attacking his own teammate as well.
So this to take overall lead and the clean and jerk lead.
Can't do it. Has one more attempt. Shui Wenhua breathes a sigh of relief. Razarenev has already posted 232.5. He can't go back. He has to go for 232.5. And that 232.5, remember, to go with the 190 would take him to 422.5, which he needs to do because he's heavier than Shui Wenhua.
So really, he doesn't want to go back. He needs that weight to win the overall.
He does. So this is fascinating. Is it China or is it the Ukraine? Ukraine double-handed. There's Shui.
Yeah, and Shui looking at the ball there and just working out what they need to beat him.
I'll tell you what, they'll break the rice wine out if they get this title. They'll do a full booking of numbers in the local Chinese restaurant. There's most cuisines available here in Lahti, and a fairly rowdy Irish pub as well. Now, Dennis Gottfried, third and final attempt.
Yes, and this to take the overall lead. And if he does this, the only person that could actually take it away from him is his own teammate.
He's got the clean.
No!
And Shui Wenhua smiles there, he's claimed.
Well, it has, but it's not over yet.
No. It still could be a Ukrainian gold medal. So that 2.5 kilos difference that Shui Wenhua had in the snatch, how valuable is that now? Because that's what's pushing all of these men. Shislanikov as well.
But of course, your man from Russia is still left in, even though he failed with that.
He's playing the biggest gamble of the lot because he's missed at 227.5 and he's going to have the last lift.
But this would actually put him in the overall lead.
This would be the overall lead, and of course the clean and jerk lead for the Ukraine. Well, that looked good. Shui Wenhua has held off 2 Ukrainian challenges. He must wait for one more challenge, this time Shislyanikov.
Well, again, the overall all coming down to the last clean and jerk.
This is a great finale to the 105 kilo competition. The world champion last year at 108 kilos. The category revised to a weight maximum of 105 kilos. The champion of last year, whether he holds onto the title or not, depending on Razarenev now first.
So this for gold on the clean and jerk and gold on the overall. Has to do this because of the 5 kilo deficit in the snatch and of course the heavier body weight.
So Tesovic at the moment in the clean and lead with 2:27.5.
But this could be the gold. Come on, can he do it? Oh, can he hold?
Can he hold it?
He does, and what a way to finish this 105 kilo class.
Absolutely brilliant. Razarenev comes from third place at half time to take the gold with a total of 4:22.5. But have a look. There's Shui Wen-Hua. Let's have a look closely at the replay here, though, David. Just have a look at the arms. Now, is this a good lift? Let's check it out.
Well, it is a good lift.
Well, it's a good lift because it's 3 white lies, but did the judges get it right? This isn't the best angle, but is there a press out?
No?
Well, left arm.
No, I think the shoulder relaxed. I don't think it was a press out. It went straight to arm's length and the shoulder dropped on the left side.
Well, happy here, we'll see it again.
Look again from behind. Well, it goes straight to arm's length, and there's a little sort of wobbling in that elbow.
There is a little wobble in the elbow. There's no doubt there is a little wobble in the elbow. Just I see it from this side. It's not the best angle. I wish we could see this from the front.
Well, there wasn't much wrong with that. 232.5 kilos. And a new world champion.
A new world champion, Shui Wen-Hua, beaten by the last lift of the championship, 4:22.5. The gold medal overall to the man in picture there, Igor Razarenev of the Ukraine, who also takes the clean and jerk gold to go with the snatch bronze that he got earlier in the afternoon. And when you look at that, what he lifted in the World Cup in Hungary in May, 410 kilos.
So he's another man on the up.
Well, that's a big up. I mean, that is a big increase there. So confirmation, Razarenev takes the gold medal in the clean and jerk, 5 clear of Tesovic, the 99 kilo world champion from last year. Shui Wen-Hua down into the bronze medal position ahead of Dennis Gottfried, who tried for high stakes, but at the end of the day, his fortune's not as good as that of his teammate. So Razarenev at 28 years of age, the older and the more experienced of the two Ukrainians, and here confirmation that it's Razarenev who is champion of the world at 105 kilos. Shui Wen-Hua has to settle for silver. Dennis Gottfried on the podium in the bronze medal position, and the man I tipped for honours missing out there by 5 kilos, Shishyanikov of Russia, ahead of Tesovic, new to this weight class, in 5th place. Well, there's the Ukrainian team. They've had a pretty successful afternoon. We'll be back to see the medal ceremonies in a moment. Tomorrow at 12 o'clock Central European time, we're live for the first final women competition at over 75 kilos when Karolina Lundahl, the champion,